Now, let's wrap up with one more story, but I'll let you know that you have a small part in it. Okay? I'm going to give you a signal at one point, and the signal is this. And when I do this, I'd like you to say in unison, "Ha!" All right? Let's just try that now, okay? It's a little dress rehearsal. Ready? Ha! All right. Loud and proud. Do it upright. Scott Adams, the cartoonist, creator of Dilbert, said this: "Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep." True story about a young man named Jimmy who made all kinds of mistakes, but found a few he could keep. The summer he turned 16, Jimmy went to work full-time in the restaurant business. And by the end of that summer, he was hooked. He decided he would be the first in his family to go to college, but his friends and neighbors scoffed, and the college where he applied turned him down. So he applied to a 2-year college, and he got turned down. Finally, somebody at this 2-year institution went to bat for him with the college president. And the college president reluctantly said, "Okay, kid, you've got one chance to prove yourself." And he did. He got in there and he worked hard and applied himself, and 2 years later, he transferred into that 4-year university. And while he was in school, he fell in love. At the wedding, somebody actually whispered, "It'll never last." Okay, now you're looking at me like, was it you? It was not me. During the first 6 years of married life, Jimmy went through 5 jobs. The last one, the 5th one, was the worst. One night at dinner at the restaurant where he worked, on his one night off, in front of his wife and a couple of their friends, the boss marched up to his table and ripped him to shreds. Devastated. It ruined the entire evening. Meanwhile, Jimmy's doctor is telling him, "You are exactly the kind of person who will have a heart attack before age 40. All right, now raise your hand if you're thinking, I'm kind of glad I'm not that guy. You know? I don't blame you, but that's not the end of the story. Because the young man who could not keep a job, he was meant to create jobs. And in following his dream to get into the pizza business, he created hundreds of jobs in a small town that needed them. Long before he became successful, he went out of his way to help those in need. And when he became successful, he went back to that 2-year college to name a scholarship for that president who opened a door when his whole future was at stake. How do you take your ideal life to the next level? You take those things that seem like your worst setback and you turn them into rocket fuel. You let them propel you upward and onward. You don't let anyone steal your soul or diminish your dreams. You find creative, personally meaningful ways to give back or to pay it forward. Think about somebody who made a difference for you and how you can thank them one more time. Well, what about our man Jimmy, who was headed for a heart attack before age 40? By the grace of God, he's never had a heart attack, and today he's 82. 82. A few years ago, I had the privilege to go back to that 2-year college and name a perpetual scholarship in his honor. And we had a plaque made. I couldn't be there to present it in person, so I got it all gift wrapped, and I arranged privately with his wife for the two of them to have dinner with some of their friends. No evil boss lurking in the background to ruin the evening. So I got it all gift wrapped, and it was presented to him, and I had a card on top. And inside the card, I wrote, "This scholarship's for you, Dad." You made it. My dad made it further than anyone ever dreamed he would, and you, with all you've got going for you, can continue to do far greater things and inspire others in ways you don't even realize. I would bet my alarm clock on that. My dad doesn't know I'm here today, but when I called to tell him how I stood on this stage and I looked into your eyes and I saw your beauty and I saw your smile and I saw your spark, he will say to me what he always does. Okay, well, here's your mother. That reminds me, get ready, to that wedding guest who said my parents wouldn't last, let me hear you. Thank you. 58 years, 3 sons and a daughter, 2 daughters-in-law, 6 grandkids, 4 with spouses, 2 gorgeous grandbabies named Maddie and Leo, and more where that came from. We just don't know when. As my mother likes to say, we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Yeah, that's it. And as my dad likes to say, together we're stronger than garlic. I'm encouraging you to be stronger than garlic, to be stronger than anything life throws at you. Take care of yourself fiercely so you can take care of others gladly. Learn to say no with a smile and turn every no into a yes for something better. And finally, I borrowed this from the back of my book, Ultimate Reminders for Everyday Life. Here it is. Your life matters. Make it a brilliant, priceless work of art.